Afternoon all. For your tennis lesson this afternoon, we're going to be looking at some forehand and backhand volleys. For this, all you'll need is a tennis racket, a ball and a wall. For the sake of the videos, I'm going to be using a softball just because I've got neighbours and I don't want to disturb them. If you have access to a tennis court, everything we do this afternoon you can do over a net with a partner. Right, before we get into the drills this afternoon, we're going to have a quick overview of the technique that you're looking to use for a volley. So before we get started, it's important to emphasise the difference between a volley and a ground stroke. So a volley, we're going to play without the ball bouncing on our side, and generally you will be at the net to play this stroke. We're trying to put our opponent under pressure, either by winning the point there or forcing them into a bad stroke, which we can then capitalise on later in the rally. Right, if we're looking at the forehand volley technique, first of all we're going to have our left foot forward, we're going to be in a roughly side-on position. Okay, we're looking to have our racket at roughly 45-degree angle. This means that we're not going to be hitting the ball up in the air if we have it too flat, and similarly we're not going to be hitting it into the net if we have it up too upright there. We are looking to make a contact with the ball in front of our body, and it is a punching motion. Okay, it's not a swinging motion like you see for our ground strokes. So we're looking to punch the ball off our racket and pop the ball off our racket, as opposed to swing and try and smack it off our racket. So left foot forward, 45-degree angle, and punch the ball. Do is set yourself up opposite the wall, roughly 2 meters, 3 meters away, something like that. And all we're looking to do is make contact in front of our body with the ball with that punching motion. So it should be something like this. Okay. If you want to challenge yourself slightly further on this drill, you can pull yourself back from the wall slightly, and we're looking to step into the volley slightly more. So if you watch any of the good tennis players, someone like Roger Federer or some of the doubles players are particularly good at their volleys, you'll see that when they volley, they step into the ball, and that way they've got all their momentum going into the ball and into the direction they want it to go. So to do this, you'll have to come back from the wall slightly further. Okay, start with your feet, okay, and you're looking just to get into that position and try and get your body weight going. Once you've practiced this and you think you're kind of getting to the point where you're a little bit more comfortable, we need to put ourselves under a bit more pressure. So you're going to come again roughly 2-3 meters away from the wall, and we're going to see how many volleys we can do consistently. So for this challenge, it's just going to be forehand volleys. So I'm going to put myself under pressure here and see what I've got in the locker. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 22 for me. So if you just pop your score into the Microsoft form so we can see how you're getting on. This time we're looking at the backhand technique, so the backhand volley. Slightly different, we've got our right foot forward, we're looking to step into the volley as we go, obviously getting our momentum and our body weight into the direction of the ball. But all the same principles apply. We're making contact in front of our body with a roughly 45-degree angle, and we're looking to punch the ball off the racket and not have a full swing of the racket. So again, exactly like a forehand first drill that we did, we're starting, I don't know, maybe 1 meter, 2 meters, something like that away from the wall, just to groove the technique. If we're struggling at all with this, we can make it slightly easier. A softer ball makes it easier. Also, it doesn't disturb your neighbours, which is good. You can also make it easier by getting someone to feed it for you, because that way you'll get a slightly more consistent feed and you'll be ready for it a little bit more. Also, we can do it 2 or 3 volleys at a time and then reset, which will mean that we've been slightly more consistent with our feed again. So you could potentially go 1, 2 and reset, 1, 2, reset. Okay, but what we're looking to do is build this up and try and groove this technique so we're getting to the point where we're fairly consistent with that punching action. So right, once you're getting slightly more used to this technique, we can challenge ourselves further by taking ourselves back from the wall, so we're roughly 2 to 3 meters away, and this will be slightly more similar to how we would do this in a kind of match situation. So again, we're using this technique, we're looking to step into the ball, get our body weight into the ball, but we just go slightly further away from the wall. So it should look something like that. Right, once we're getting used to that technique a little bit more and we've practiced it and grooved it, we're going to put ourselves under pressure. So I want you to see how many you can get against the wall consistently. Make sure you pop it into the Microsoft form so we can see how you're getting along. With all this, give yourself 5 or 6 attempts and put in your best score. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. The final part of the lesson today is you're going to see how many volleys you can put together consistently from a backhand and then to a forehand. So you're going to alternate forehand against the wall, backhand, forehand, etc. Once again, put your score into the Microsoft form and see how we're getting, so I can see how you're getting along. Also, just a couple of bits technique-wise here. You're going to need to think about your footwork and getting yourself into that neutral position, that ready position we often talk about in tennis between shots. So you will go backhand here, forehand here, backhand, and that will be the kind of sequence.